I think the girls with their nails done now.
Welcome to another video, and as you can see by the title of this one, we've got a 100 plus kill game with a Karabin semi-automatic assault rifle on Rotterdam Conquest. And if you stick around for the rest of this video, I'm going to talk about the Karabin itself, what is good about it, what is bad about it, where would I rank it in terms of all the assault weapons in the game, as well as, of course, how to play Rotterdam, which I have explained a few times previously, but obviously in relation to using this particular type of gun. And in general, what was happening in this game in particular. But very quickly, before I get straight into talking about the gun, if you want to see the specializations I've chosen, as always, check out the playlist on the homepage or in the playlist section, where I obviously cover 4 videos with my own best opinion on all the best specializations in the game. Continuing on, the Karabin is an incredible weapon. It is very good in loads and loads of different ways, and it is therefore actually a very underrated gun in this game and very underused. You don't get killed by it that often, but the main key benefits it has, which obviously is going to be its bullet velocity. It's got a very good and high bullet velocity, higher or at least close to some of the other best semi-automatic guns in the game, like the Gewehr 43, which is everyone's most favorite choice, which obviously gives it that high time to kill. Second of all, as you can see by the sight there on the 3x sight, it's got a very thin front post, which also is one of the best in terms of its thinness or thickness rather, out of all the other semi-automatic guns with a 3x scope, which makes it absolutely perfect for keeping your sight and being able to see the target you're aiming at those longer distances, which is what this gun is built and made for. Of course, the main big drawback, which is why nobody uses this, is because it's got 10 bullets, say like the Gewehr 43, but you have to reload stripper clips. You've got no magazine specialization option. However, I believe, aside from the fact you do not get a detachable magazine, and obviously therefore having a slower reload time, I believe this gun is better in every single way than the Gewehr 43. The bullet velocity is actually better, and therefore it's easier to track those targets at longer range. Like I did previously say about the bullet velocity. You've got as well the 3x scope with that much more cleaner and thinner post on the 3x scope. Again, much better for targets at long range compared to the Gewehr 43. The fire rate might just be slightly a bit slower, or at least it's close or rather the same. However, this makes no major drawback. You can see here, I think I did go for the hipfire specialization, but even without it, look how close the crosshairs are together. You'll see me use multiple times throughout this video hipfire with this gun, and it is therefore also better in this category compared to the top other weapons in this category in hipfire. And the last thing to say about this gun, of course, is its recoil pattern, or just its recoil in general. It obviously isn't as accurate as one of the previous guns I talked about, the Turner SMLE, which has got hardly any vertical or horizontal recoil. However, obviously the most popular gun, the Gewehr 43, has got a lot of horizontal recoil at that long range, which means you have to fire the gun slower than its maximum fire rate, because you obviously need to make sure you're being accurate and not missing shots left to right of the target because of that recoil. And so that's why comparing the fire rate of this gun and the Gewehr 43, isn't always that important, showing that the Gewehr 43 might be a little bit faster, because at those longer ranges you can actually fire this gun quicker, because this gun compared to the Gewehr 43 has got way less horizontal recoil, as well as the vertical recoil kicks up much less and it drops down a lot quicker, so you can get that next shot onto the target. And so that is literally the only downfall of this gun, and why you aren't seeing it being used hardly at all is simply because it doesn't have a detachable magazine, and obviously it reloads stripper clips, making the reload time very slow. However, it is better in almost every other way than the Gewehr 43, simply not just for that reload time. So if you're a player who likes to play maybe a little bit more patient, or is less aggressive, or prefers these types of weapons, or is really good at those medium to long range engagements, then of course, if you've got that extra bit of time and distance in between you and the enemies, then you can choose this gun over the Gewehr 43, because it's going to do you so much better at that effective range you're playing at. And of course, you don't have to worry about getting killed while taking those longer reload times. And even then, you'll see you still can be quite aggressive with this gun because it's so accurate and the 3x scope is so clean that it's still quite fun and good to use in close quarters. And because of that slow reload time, it will make you build up the habit, because you'll probably get killed a lot of times while reloading. It'll build you up that habit of always finding cover to reload behind. Same as when you're using a bolt action sniper and you obviously dart in and out of cover in between reloading the bolt for that next shot. So that will really help you if you do want to play aggressive with this gun. So that pretty much covers it in terms of the pros and cons of the Karabin and where I'd compare it in comparison to the most popular rated gun in the game, being the Gewehr 43. And now I'm going to just do a little talk on obviously what I'm doing in this game, or rather just Rotterdam in general. And you can see, as with all the other Rotterdam games I play, using guns that are effective at medium to long range, I am using the bridge. I will explain quickly again why that is. One, it's elevated above the ground compared to anywhere else across the other 3 sectors of the map, being the middle, the left, and the right. So as a result, all the enemies on the ground level, they can't directly see you at their main ground level line of sight, if that makes sense. And so you become a much harder target to see. You're going to get less people therefore shooting at you. You've got a lot more cover then as well, because if they do see you, they can only see the top half of your body or your head, depending on how close you are standing to the edge of the bridge. And so the only real enemies who can actually engage you or see you are anyone else who is on the bridge. And of course, the bridge is not as wide as the map is, and so there's much less likely chance you're going to be killed therefore. Not only that, the second point is you have got a higher ground, so you can see more of the map. You can see over more of the different types of cover. So if enemies are hiding behind cover, there's a good chance you can get headshots on them because you can see over that cover. You've always got like a head glitch as well, using all the barriers around the edge of the bridge as well. So you've got perfect cover at all times. Yeah, and it's just being a perfectly elevated spot just allows you to get that higher ground and get the one up on pretty much all the enemies who aren't on the bridge. And the third and final point, which I always say, is about power positions. This is the main power position for this map, from the center or the top of the bridge, so in the middle just by C flag here, at the top of both staircases. If you stay around this area, you can literally stop anyone coming up onto the bridge, which is easy kills because you know exactly where they're coming up either set of staircases. It's a metal staircase, so you can also hear them coming up the stairs. And not only that, it's a main power position because you can see with an equal distance to all flags around the map, and therefore it makes it very effective while with your gun to be able to aim at any flag within a closer distance to each other, if that makes sense. And not only that, you can see the flow of enemies from all the different flags, so you can kill all the enemies down 3 easy lanes of sight on the bridge. So you've got the left side of the trains, down the middle, down the right, as well as on both trains. And you're using a semi-automatic rifle, which is very, very good at long range and very, very accurate. So you're going to pretty much win 99% of all gunfights on the bridge. And then looking off the sides of the bridge, you can see all the enemies pushing down the canal, which is on the inner side of the map, going from E flag here, which is in front of me, to C flag, and from C flag to the spawn flag at the British side being A. And then if you look over to the other side of the bridge, you can see down on the waterfront, you can see all the enemies pushing from B to D, or vice versa, going from the other direction, depending on which side you're spawned on. And so essentially, the bridge is the main power position to be able to just see as many enemies as possible throughout your time of playing the game, as well as using a medium to long range weapon at its most effective range. And essentially, you can maximize your amount of kills by the end of the game and hit these types of 100+ kill games like I've got here in this video. But yeah, that pretty much covers it for this video. Hopefully what I've talked about in this video about using the Karabin, or just in general, a medium to long range effective weapon has helped you. If it has, please smash a like on the video. It helps to push it out to a lot more people. Leave a comment on literally anything about the game that you want, whether it's this video, a different video, or just something random in the game. I'm more than happy to talk about it or help, because obviously I've played the game for a very long time, and so hopefully I will know the answer to your question. And obviously, if you aren't subscribed, if you are a regular viewer of the channel and are not yet subscribed, then please consider subscribing, and it'll help me stay motivated, seeing that more people are enjoying the content that I am making. we have 2 minutes left of the video, so I'm going to leave you guys to watch the rest of that and play out until the end of the video. You will see, if you do stick around, I managed to make this 100 kill game with the final kill within literally the final ticket as the screen is going white. So again, like the which gun did I use? I think it was the Ross rifle, where I got the final 3 kills within the final few seconds. In this one as well, I managed to get the final kill in the final ticket or 2 of the game and clutch that 100 kill game. So yeah, stick around to watch that, and I will see you on the next video.